Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. So a quick update on crypto. We're going to jump right in with Bitcoin. Bitcoin just hit a new all-time high, $124,000, and then immediately reversed within an hour. So there you have it. It broke through its previous top at 123,000 to give us a new all-time high at $124,500. Then it immediately reversed, so that invalidates the running pattern we saw last time. Last time I told you that I was potentially looking for either a running or a regular pattern to come back and break the top. It went straight up and broke the top. And now, with the drop we're seeing, it broke the previous low right here. That already clearly indicates that the internal trend here is completely over and we are now starting a brand new movement, a fresh phase. We're starting a whole new internal movement for now. There's absolutely nothing inherently dramatic or significantly impactful in itself about this relatively small and isolated price drop, but it could potentially and eventually be the very start of a much bigger and more substantial structural formation, particularly when observed on the 4-hour or even the daily chart time frame, primarily because we consistently observe clear and distinct bearish divergence across all the recent price tops here. We have higher and higher highs, but on the RSI or MACD indicators, the tops are getting lower and lower. So there's a divergence here. So you have to be very careful on the 4-hour and daily charts because there's a potential risk of a reversal or at least a correction on the 4-hour or daily time frame. Here we have a movement on its own here. So it's quite aggressive. So we could potentially have a running application here, right? The C of the running shouldn't break below the A. A daily or 4-hour correction for the market's overall trend, or perhaps even a more significant correction for the broader market's movement, is what we are observing. It's running here to see the continuation. We're not there yet, we'll see it coming, you know? We'll have plenty of time to see if that's how it plays out or not. But for now, on the 1-hour chart, well, here we might potentially have another internal correction. It dropped here. This is an aggressive move, so that's an A. So what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for a B, I'm expecting a correction here and then another lower low. I'm expecting a correction here and another lower low to eventually come back and maybe break the top again at 124,500. As long as we stay in this price zone, it's a correction for more upside. So as long as we stay in this price zone between 120,000 and 110,000, it's still bullish, you know. It's a correction for further upside. The only thing that could invalidate this and indicate that we're going to start a correction on the 4-hour or daily chart is really if it keeps dropping significantly in terms of amplitude. At that point, it would mean we're starting a bigger correction on the daily or 4-hour chart, as I mentioned before regarding the potential running correction on the 4-hour or daily linked to the major divergence we have, a significant loss of momentum we're currently seeing on Bitcoin. But we'll have time to see it coming and you'll get updates in the coming days. So there's no problem with that. Next, Ethereum. We had a small drop, but again, it's still bullish. I think we're going to break the top. Right now, we're seeing a small correction, so potentially a little opportunity to enter a long position. If I get buy setups here in the $4,200 to $4,300 zone, I might look to buy. If it provides us with a truly well-defined and aesthetically pleasing structure, specifically one that clearly delineates an A, a B, and a C section, each with a robust and appropriate amplitude that integrates seamlessly and harmoniously within the overall composition, then it will be considered highly effective and desirable for our purposes. If the C matches the A in terms of amplitude, etc., and I see a little end of structure here, I'll look to buy to break the top again. AVAX, we thoroughly looked at this particular cryptocurrency just the day before yesterday. I said we need to be careful because we could see selling on the 4-hour chart coming back to test the $15 level. We need to be cautious with this move. Here we have a B that is very corrective, a C coming back to decisively break the significant top on the 1-hour chart. This would indicate a strong upward momentum and a clear continuation of the bullish trend. Or else we could observe a running pattern, meaning the corrective B wave here keeps going steadily upward like this and ultimately breaks the crucial $27 top. In such a scenario, we would anticipate a subsequent price drop, but importantly, without breaking below the critical $20 support level before it continues its upward trajectory with renewed strength. Doge. It's moving rather correctively here on the daily chart. More likely to see significant selling pressure, a significantly larger correction before eventually coming back to truly break the top. Or it could potentially invalidate this, but it would genuinely and truly need to push all at once without any hesitation. It would really take a move, an impulse that moves away from this area here to truly signal an upward trend. But for now, I don't see that happening. So nothing special on Doge. There you go. Feel free to leave a comment if there are other cryptos you'd like me to analyze for you. Thank you for watching the video. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.